Hi guys, Nikki from Warwickshire Home Finders here. I hope you're having a lovely bank holiday weekend. Unfortunately, we seem to have lost our lovely sunshine. And I feel like there's a bit of sunshine been lost in the air as well. Because I've had quite a few people giving me a call this week and asking me for some help and advice. They seem to find that their property has been in the market for a few weeks and it's feeling a bit stuck, and they're thinking, how do I get my property relightened as such, really? Well, as I'm sure you're all aware, it is GDPR Day, and in a good GDPR fashion, since we've been hearing about it for months and months and months, and we've had to spend a lot of time preparing for it, I thought, you know what, we'll do a GDPR themed video, but with a twist. So our GDPR is get the price right, okay? I know the duh is not brilliant, it's a bit slang, but unfortunately that's the best we could come up with. So get the price right. If you have a property out there and it's not selling, these are my 3 top tips to get your property moving now. We are in a more price sensitive market than we have been for a while. We're not in the worst market that we've ever had, but we're also not in the best. And things are starting to slow down. So that means that pricing is really, really important. Now, I'm not saying that you need to drop your price to the rock bottom, bearing in mind if you purchased it and you need a certain price for that onward purchase, or you can justify that valuation, that's fine. But the last thing you want is a property that is overvalued and you go through the whole process of selling it and someone's willing to pay the price that you've put there on the market. But you find that when it comes to surveying, it fails because it's been overvalued. And unfortunately, in this day and age, it shocks me that we still have a lot of agents out there overvaluing. It shocks me that we still have a lot of agents out there overvaluing properties, which they don't need to do because they know they're not going to achieve that property price. So my 3 top tips for you are: 1, find an agent that is not going to tie you in to a sole agency process. So that means that you can have somebody that is on a sole agency, but not for 6, 8, 12, 24 weeks. I've sat down with people and they've said they're tied in for 6 months. If somebody has to tie you in for a 6-week sole agency period, then they are not confident that the price they are listing your property at is going to sell. We don't do a contract of sole agency. We say, out of courtesy, please can we have a couple of weeks on property? But we don't do it because if our pricing is wrong, I'll admit that at the time, and you're not going to get the feedback and you're going to see those results in the first 2 weeks. So if someone has to tie you in for 6, 8 months or whatever, then they're not confident that your price that they're putting out there, they're going to achieve that, or that they're going to be a good enough agent for you. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is make sure you are on both portals, okay? A lot of people don't understand that there are actually 2 leading portals in this industry. One is Rightmove and the second is Zoopla. Now, Zoopla are really big in London and Birmingham and parts of Bristol. So if you're only advertising on Rightmove, you're missing a whole massive chunk of the marketplace, because the ones that are looking on Zoopla are not getting the ones that are looking on Rightmove. So if you've got someone relocating, and Stratford is an area a lot of London people like relocating to, same as Leamington and Warwick, if you are not advertising your properties on Zoopla, then you're missing that bracket of people. So you need to make sure your agent is advertising not on 1, but on 2 main portals to make sure that you're hitting every single target market that you're getting to. At the end of the day, it's achieving the results for you. And thirdly, my 3rd and final tip is re-evaluate your price. So go back, look at your price, look at your comparables, look at dropping it. I suppose my best tip actually is not re-evaluate your price, but actually make sure you have a strong negotiator. We re-evaluate prices and justify valuations on a regular occasion. We justify valuations to make sure that they actually stand up to the market testing, and they also stand up to the market value at the time and for that buyer's market. But we also make sure that if we say to you, let's drop the market value of your property so that we can get more viewings and buyers through the door, we make sure that we're really strong negotiators. So that's probably the strongest point out of everything I do, is probably my negotiation point. Probably because I obviously have got an Irish family, and if you probably know, most people are stubborn as a mule. So I have been trained very, very, very well how to negotiate since I was about yay high. I'm not as good as my mum, I have to admit, but I am very, very strong at negotiating. And that's the thing. I know that if I drop a price, I'm confident enough we can get that price to what you want to achieve. So if I drop it 20, 30 grand under the price you're looking to achieve, I can get that value up. And that's what you need. Make sure you've got a strong negotiator. So if you do risk it and you decide to drop that property price, make sure that you have a strong negotiator in play, that they're not just going to take the first offer that somebody throws at them, that they're going to negotiate hard and make sure they get the best price for you for selling that property. Because if you drop it 20, 30 grand, it's a risk. But the thing is, the risk will pay off if you have the right person on the other end negotiating the deal for you. But if you don't have the right person on the other end negotiating the deal, then the risk won't pay off and you'll end up just sitting on the market at a reduced price or ending to have to increase your price again. And then people are going to see that and they'll be like, why is it going up and down, up and down, up and down? There's something wrong with that property. But if you have got a property that's starting to go stale, or that you're finding that you're not getting the interest in inquiries at the moment, those are my 3 top tips on how to get that property moving again. If you need any more help, advice or guidance, you know where I am on the number or email below. And I'm happy to help any of you guys anywhere. If you're anywhere in the UK, just drop me a message. I'm more than happy to help. Thank you. Bye.